Imagine discovering an enormous city buried beneath the ground, its streets perfectly planned, its buildings carefully engineered. But there are no obvious palaces, no monuments to powerful kings, and no clear explanation for why everyone disappeared. Across the world, ancient civilizations created cities, monuments, and mysterious objects that still raise questions thousands of years later. Some were abandoned suddenly. Some appear in legends but have never been conclusively found. And some were constructed in places where building a city should have been almost impossible. Today, we are exploring 5 unsolved ancient mysteries that continue to confuse archaeologists, historians, and researchers. And the final mystery may involve the collapse of almost the entire ancient world. Mohenjo-daro. In the 1920s, archaeologists working in what is now Pakistan uncovered the remains of an enormous ancient city. Its name was Mohenjo-daro. Built more than 4,000 years ago, it was one of the largest cities of the Indus Valley Civilization. But this was not a simple collection of primitive houses. Mohenjo-daro was astonishingly advanced. Its streets were arranged in an organized grid. Many houses had private washing areas, and the city contained an extensive drainage system running beneath its streets. At a time when much of the world lived in small farming communities, the people of Mohenjo-daro were creating sophisticated urban infrastructure. But there is a problem. We still know very little about them. The Indus civilization left behind thousands of symbols, but its writing system has never been conclusively deciphered. That means we cannot read their histories, understand their beliefs, or identify their rulers. Even more mysteriously, Mohenjo-daro was eventually abandoned. Researchers have proposed changing rivers, declining trade, flooding, drought, and wider environmental changes as possible explanations. However, there is no single event that completely explains the disappearance of its urban civilization. The city did not simply disappear overnight, but its population gradually left, and one of the most advanced cultures of the ancient world faded from history. Until its writing is deciphered, the people of Mohenjo-daro may remain largely silent. Nan Madol, far out in the Pacific Ocean, beside the island of Pohnpei, sits one of the strangest ruined cities on Earth. Nan Madol was not built on normal land. It was constructed across dozens of artificial islets created on top of a coral reef. Canals pass between the islets, which has led some people to call Nan Madol the Venice of the Pacific. Its walls were built using massive columns of volcanic basalt, arranged like enormous logs. Some of these stones weigh many tons. The basalt had to be transported from other parts of the island, moved across difficult terrain or water, and placed into carefully constructed walls. The people who built Nan Madol did not have modern cranes, powered vehicles, or industrial machinery. Exactly how they transported and positioned so much stone remains uncertain. Nan Madol became the political and ceremonial center of the Caudileur dynasty, but everyday life there would have been difficult. There was limited fresh water and little space to grow food, meaning supplies probably had to be transported into the city. Local legends say 2 powerful brothers used magic to make the stones fly into position. Archaeologists naturally search for practical explanations, including rafts, ropes, ramps, and coordinated human labor. But no complete construction record has survived. Eventually, the Caudileur dynasty fell, and Nan Madol was abandoned. Today, the ruins remain surrounded by jungle, water, and local stories. A monumental city whose construction methods are still not fully understood. Atlantis. Atlantis may be the most famous lost city in history. The story comes primarily from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. He described Atlantis as a wealthy and powerful island civilization that existed beyond the entrance to the Mediterranean. According to the story, Atlantis attempted to conquer other lands, but was defeated. Then, in a single terrible period of earthquakes and floods, the island supposedly sank beneath the sea. For centuries, explorers have searched for it. Suggested locations have included the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean, Spain, North Africa, and even Antarctica. One popular theory connects Atlantis to the Minoan civilization and the enormous volcanic eruption on the island of Thera, now called Santorini. That eruption devastated parts of the region and may have helped weaken Minoan society. But there is no solid evidence proving that the Minoans were Plato's Atlantis. Many historians believe Plato invented the story as a philosophical lesson about power, pride, and the destruction of an immoral society. However, others wonder whether he based it loosely on memories of a real disaster. Was Atlantis a real place whose story became exaggerated over generations? Was it inspired by the destruction of an existing civilization? Or was it simply one of the most successful fictional stories ever written? Until convincing physical evidence is found, Atlantis remains balanced between archaeology and legend. The lost city of Z. For centuries, stories circulated about large cities hidden within the Amazon rainforest. Many outsiders dismissed them as myths. The rainforest was believed to be too difficult and its soil too poor to support major urban populations. In the early 20th century, British explorer Percy Fawcett became convinced that an advanced city had once existed deep inside the Amazon. He called it the Lost City of Z. In 1925, Fawcett entered the rainforest with his son Jack and Jack's friend, Raleigh Rymel. The group disappeared. No verified trace of them was ever found. Numerous expeditions attempted to discover what happened, but several searchers also died or vanished. For decades, Fawcett City was treated as fantasy. Then modern archaeology began revealing something surprising. Researchers discovered large earthworks, roads, settlements, and evidence that parts of the Amazon had once supported complex societies. Airborne laser scanning has also revealed structures concealed beneath dense vegetation. None of this proves that Fawcett's exact City of Z existed. But it shows that his central belief, that large and organized communities once flourished in the Amazon, was not as impossible as people assumed. The greatest mystery may not be whether ancient cities existed there. It may be how many are still hidden beneath the forest. The Sea Peoples. Around 1200 BCE, several powerful civilizations surrounding the eastern Mediterranean entered a period of catastrophic collapse. Cities were destroyed. Trade networks broke down. The Hittite Empire disappeared. Mycenaean palace centers fell. Egypt survived, but it was permanently weakened. Ancient Egyptian inscriptions describe attackers that modern researchers call the Sea Peoples. They arrived in ships and appear to have included several different groups. But who were they? Where did they come from? And did they actually destroy the Great Bronze Age civilizations? Their true identities remain uncertain. They may have been raiders, displaced populations, mercenaries, migrants, or a mixture of all four. For many years, the Sea Peoples were blamed for causing the entire Bronze Age collapse. Today, many researchers think the situation was much more complicated. Drought, famine, earthquakes, rebellions, warfare, and the breakdown of international trade may all have contributed. The ancient kingdoms were highly connected. They exchanged metals, food, luxury goods, and military support. When parts of that system began failing, the damage may have spread from one kingdom to another. The Sea Peoples might therefore have been a cause of the collapse, a consequence of it, or both. Within a relatively short historical period, a network of powerful kingdoms was shattered. Writing disappeared from some regions. Cities were abandoned, and entire political systems vanished. We know the collapse happened, but we still do not know exactly how all the pieces fit together. Conclusion: these mysteries remind us that history is not a complete story. It is a puzzle assembled from ruined buildings, damaged artifacts, ancient inscriptions, and evidence buried beneath the ground. New discoveries may one day reveal why Mohenjo-daro declined, how Nan Madol's stones were transported, or whether the story of Atlantis contains a distant memory of a real disaster. More hidden cities may still be waiting beneath the Amazon, and new evidence may finally reveal who the Sea Peoples really were. Until then, these lost worlds remain suspended between fact, theory, and legend. Which ancient mystery do you find the most convincing? And which one should we investigate in the next video? Leave your answer in the comments and subscribe for more mysteries from the ancient world.